Another handy feature with the LV5770 happens to be the data dump, as we call it, to be able to look at the digital information on the signal coming in terms of the values. That is also reached by hitting the status button, like we did before, and then selecting F3, which is SDI analysis. That brings us to another menu, where if we select F1, we select what we call the data dump. Now, the data dump happens to be all of the digital values that are present in the video signal. In other words, when you normally look at a digital signal, you look at an analog representation of that signal in terms of a waveform. But that's a matter of converting the digital information to analog. To look at the actual digital information, you need to look at the data dump. What we're looking at here is we're looking at simply one line of video. In this case, it happens to be line 176. And we're showing all of the pixel samples that are available on that particular line. You can also see it's broken down to show what the values are in luminance, in Y, and also CB and CR being your blue and red. Now to maneuver, you can change between the hexadecimal values that we're looking at right now, which means we've taken the binary ones and zeros and we've converted that to hexadecimal. But if you wanted to look at the binary values, you could simply switch it and now you've got all their ones and zeros. It's important to be able to move around when you're looking at these digital values, and you can scroll through all the pixel samples simply by coming in and switching between line function to sample function and using your FD control to scroll through to whatever samples that you want to take a look at. It's also important to look at the information that you have at the start of active video and at the end of active video. And that can be selected by hitting the F3 key and moving from the end of active video, which is indicated here as EAV, to the start of active video, which is indicated as SAV. When we go to the start of active video, you can see that the nomenclature on the left-hand side is AP. That means active picture area. And then over here we have the values, again, the digital values coming in on that particular signal. Data dump can be a very useful tool to be looking into more detail in regards to the digital signal.